fucking field was deadly. Deadly. I'm glad he's gone.
I'm glad he's gone.
Oh, man. But anyways, so yes, I want Penn State to win because I'm a Penn State guy. But I think Yale's going to beat them. I do. And it's because of T.D. Yearlin.
It wouldn't be shocking. Again, 5 is not their true seed. I think really out of the 4 of these teams, I put Virginia as the least likely to win it all, in my opinion. I think Duke and Yale have the history, have the program. Penn State's a newcomer. That is a trend we're seeing in college lacrosse the past few years. Is there's newcomers making the Final Four. Albany did it. I think the other one might have been your team, Tony, Ohio State, which didn't used to happen. It used to be the same.
It was the old boys club.
Yeah, I mean, you saw back not too long ago when Denver was making it, and Denver was new at the time. They were the only school out west, and they were making the finals.
Again, Trevor Baptiste was fucking people up.
Well, yeah, he was a monster among men, or among boys. It was just not fair.
Find this. Between 2002 and 2016, there were 3 first-time semifinalists: Denver, Delaware, and Massachusetts. We've got 3 since 2016. In 2017, we had Ohio State, 2018, Albany, and now Penn State. That's a huge change of pace. That's good for the game. That's good.
And
we want more teams.
The good news is there are other college lacrosse leagues, which are basically going to end up being like prep leagues for NCAA. So when we talked about this last year, how we think, douchebags from UCLA can dominate lacrosse. They're fucking gonna. It's coming.
It might only be a matter of time at this point.
It is coming. Those UCLA dipshits are going to come and dominate lacrosse.
Yeah, they're going to be like, wait a minute, we're allowed to play?
I don't know. They got to compete with Long Island's douchebaggery, so...
But what schools are there in Long Island?
It doesn't matter. They breed lacrosse players.
That's where they all come from, though.
Yeah. Long Island breeds them.
Douchebag stream.
Listen,
There's something in their water over there.
I've never seen a high school lacrosse game that wasn't Long Island on TV.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, you've got both of the ice slips there, and half of the time they're competing for national titles every year.
I remember one time I was watching, and they were just like naming off these teams, and I'm just like, what the fuck are they saying? The game that I was watching was West Islip versus Manhasset.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about Syosset, Massapequa, Montauk. I'm like, what the fuck? What are these places?
Yeah, we played near Long Island because my hometown is only an hour outside of the city, and even getting nearer to Long Island, we would just get dominated by teams that because that's where it kind of started growing from there.
So like Whitehall type area, or like where Sullivan County?
There was a big field and new push in or by Suffern. I can't remember the name of the field off the top of my head, but we would always go and practice like in the summer. We would do summer league, and we'd play with like kids from Warwick, which was a small town, but they were just crazy good at lacrosse. They would just dominate us. But now my hometown team is good, but at the time we were pretty terrible.
I mean, this area has one of the best teams in New York State. Niskayuna.
Niskayuna will always be a powerhouse in this area.
Yeah.
Niskayuna is sending kids to Johns Hopkins, sending kids to North Carolina, sending kids to Maryland.
Yeah, because they had money.
Yeah, they're no joke. Actually, they're playing their championship tonight for the Class A Finals.
Of course they are.
I believe they're playing Bethlehem, who they dominated in the beginning of the year or earlier in the season, but Bethlehem's getting like 2 of their best players back that they didn't have during that meeting. So it's actually going to be quite a good game. If I had any desire to go out to Niskayuna, I might go watch it, but I don't.
I mean, it's just like 3 miles down the road.
Yeah, that seems 3 miles too far.
All right.
If you go west on 7, you have absolutely no choice but to go through there.
Yeah, actually.
That's true, but...
Actually, we looked at places to live in Niskayuna before we settled on... Well, when I say settled, before we found the place we're living in now.
Before we chose this gem...
This is a gem.
Off topic.
Anyways, good luck to Niskayuna. Fuck Bethlehem.
Fuck Niskayuna, too.
Well, I have no problem with Niskayuna. Anyways,
No comment.
so the other game, Duke, Virginia. Tony, you said Duke, right?
I'm going to take the Dukies.
Dan O'Shea, you said Duke?
Over Virginia, yeah, definitely.
Dan Beebe?
Duke.
All right. And I actually think it's going to be Virginia.
Why?
Why do I think it's going to be Virginia? Because fuck Duke.
I mean, I get that, but that doesn't mean you think it's going to be Virginia.
I have no basis as to why.
Okay.
Devs.
You know what? Whatever makes you happy.
But I think Yale's going to fucking dominate whoever they play.
There is that risk. That's very possible at this point.
Yeah, I think Yale is going to repeat as the national champs.
I wouldn't be overwhelmingly shocked to see that happen.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Yale.
Dan O'Shea?
Let me see Penn State do it. I like the newcomer. Give me the and I know they're the 1 seed, but I still think they're the underdog. So give me the underdog.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, the 1 seed is going to be the underdog, like, when you have such a fucking giant, like... Did anyone really think LeBron James wasn't getting to the finals last season?
Well,
He was the 4 seed.
that's true.
Like, oh, and the Raptors were the 1 seed, right?
Might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely were. Yes.
And then they swept the Raptors.
Yep. And embarrass them.
Yeah. So, just because you're the 1 seed doesn't mean you're the one to beat. Anyways, speaking of 1 seeds, one of the 1 seeds in the NBA final or in the NBA playoffs. These segues have been kind of smooth tonight.
It's a good thing.
I am the king of segues now. The 1 seed.
Self-proclaimed.
Who else is going to proclaim it for me?
Oh.
The 1 team has already punched their ticket to the finals. Anyone shocked that it's the Warriors?
I am. I'm kind of floored. Didn't expect it. Didn't see it coming.
Oh, well.
Just completely out of left field.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought that the best team in the NBA for the last 5 years would be in the finals again?
It's been ridiculous. It's crazy.
Game 5 of the Eastern Conference actually tips off in like 1 minute. So I'm going to put that on the TV while we discuss it.
Look at this crappy screensaver. Put something good on.
Yeah, going through the Chromecast and they shuffle through photos. I don't think it's a crappy photo, but thank you for your input.
You're welcome.
Ooh, we could watch Coyote Ugly instead.
We're getting really off topic.
Have you guys been entertained by this Bucks Raptors series? I know it's tied 2-2, but it's been fucking boring.
I have not been as impressed as I thought I would. I thought this would be a more competitive one. Because, I mean, what was it, game 2 where the Bucks just, like, throttled? Like, it was
a 23-point win.
It was
yeah.
over 3 minutes into the second half. Over. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it. I felt like I was watching a plane go down.
Ugh. That's what it's like watching a Jets game.
When the Milwaukee was doing that, I wanted to be like, guys, relax. They have families.
Oh, Oh my god, Tony. So the 4 playoff games so far have been Bucks win 108-100, Bucks win 125-103, Raptors win in double overtime 118-112, which was a good game, and then Raptors win 120-102. It's not what I had hoped for, obviously.
Not what I think a lot of people hoped for, to be honest with you. I know it wasn't what I hoped for.
No, and
that being said, that's what we got.
yeah, it's not the game we wanted, but it's the game we deserve.
I don't know. I don't know if I deserve it.
Well, for talking about how fucking great the Stanley Cup playoffs have been, and then these last 2 rounds have been shit, or this last round was a shit fest.
Yeah, that might be karma.
That
one I can almost give you.
Yeah.
But I didn't deserve this. I just, quite frankly, with all the NBA watching that's been done, I deserved at least goddamn good Eastern Conference series because I don't think the playoff or the finals is going to be a good series.
No, it's not. It is not. One quick note. John Beilein out at Michigan makes a beeline for the NBA, took the job as the Cavaliers head coach. Today, it was announced Juwan Howard will be the replacement at Michigan.
I heard that. I was kind of surprised by it, to be honest with you.
I'm in a bunch of sports groups with a lot of Michigan fans, and most of them don't like the hire.
Good.
Some of them do.
Good. I'm happy that they're not happy.
Yeah, I mean, they got someone with like very little coaching experience. And again, I every time there's a big program that has an opening, I always wonder why John Becker from Vermont, he's not brought to a bigger program. The guy gets fucking turds and molds them into fucking gold. Do you know how hard it is to get people to agree to go to Vermont for a weekend? He gets them there for 4 fucking years.
It's true. I mean, you'd think he'd get more recognition. It's just a matter of time before he gets a bigger job.
And by the way, I'm just kidding about that turning turds into gold. He gets some really good fucking players. Jeremy Lamb, Trey Bell Haynes, fucking phenomenal basketball players. Anyways, the game has tipped off. Mm-hmm. What are we expecting for the rest of the series from the Bucks Raptors? Do you think now that it's in Milwaukee that we're going to see 2 more Milwaukee wins, close out the series? Do you think we're going to see Toronto win? Do you even want to watch this game at all?
To be honest, I don't expect much from this series. I think it's really going to go down or come down, to be honest, to who has home court at the time. Because you've seen a lot of dominance in this series, in my opinion, from teams that are at home. And then a lot of lackluster play from teams on the road. And if that trend continues, then it's going to be Milwaukee. Somebody's got to win on the road if they want to. The Raptors have to win on the road if they want to take this. It's their only option.
Well, yeah, because they only have 1 home game left.
I understand, but they need to perform on the road. They have been struggling pretty bad while being on the road.
Well, I think they really had a great showing, and really, it's tough to rally down 2-0, and to win both games at home, I think, is a big motivator or momentum boost. So I think this is a lot more even than it was. You look at the play of Kawhi Leonard. His defense has been outstanding. He's been really making Giannis struggle. But you do have a point. On the road, their bench has really struggled, and that's who has to come in clutch. The bench was great at home, especially last game. Really pulled through, and I think Kawhi's going to play like Kawhi does.